Right guys, in this video we're going to be talking about my Vayner copper recycling machine. Basically, this beast has a really large electric motor. It's about a 4 kilowatt electric motor on a set of shears. Let's get a light for you. So they are down in there. There's a screen plate. And there is a screen, and there is 3 blades that spin on a belt driven system in there. That screen's got about a 2mm mesh in it. It's all very heavy duty looking, kind of just like your crushing equipment that you'd find in a quarry. You put cable in the front, plastic granules like this fall out the back, with only the odd speck of copper in them. And beautiful clean copper granules fall out the front. And I sell them to a bearing manufacturing facility. So they weigh an absolute ton. And the secret to this machine is an air sorting table. And how an air sorting table works is it's on an incline facing towards me uphill here. And it has a shuffling motion. It's a VFD drive. As you can hear by the frequency generation. See how that's just got a bit of a shuffle to it. It's got a big vibrator motor in there. Just like concrete batching equipment. I throw a few magnets in there just to see if there's any steel in anything that I'm doing. So we've got to make sure we catch that. This is just a really fine stainless steel screen, and air blows up through it. So I'll try and that's the airflow one, and that's the shaker table. There's quite a bit of airflow, as you can hear. We're not going to obviously be able to hear much in the way of commentary when I run the machine. It is loud. I do wear hearing protection for it. Up here we've got our start-stop for our main motor. I'll show you that real quick. So as you see, that's a substantial electric motor. And then we've got another blower. So it's got a exhaust port there which comes out the side. I run it up into this Carbotech dust extractor that's made for wood chips and things like that. All the real fine dust ends up in that bag for me and out of the air. I don't have to deal with it then. It's captured, so I can go for waste removal. And I also have this just roughly done junction up to the machine. And when you're doing dust decay where you get quite a bit of dust waft right out the front, so when this is flowing nice and fast, you get quite a lot of suction up there as well as straight through the junction. There's a fan in there pushing down that hose through there, and it's also sucking at the same time, so you kind of get a Venturi effect so you don't lose suction. That's basically how it works. It was about somewhere between 9,000 and 11,000 landed, depending on what you have to pay. I paid a heap of extra port fees and stuff because I couldn't get it picked up straight away. You pay stamp duty, GST, blah 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 on the import. Company is super easy to deal with. There's a few different companies over there that you can deal with. But yeah, that's them. That's Vayner. They let you pick the colour. I picked orange and black, which looks pretty cool. It came with a 15 amp plug on it. Technically that's probably not big enough for its at load usage. When it's at load, I've seen as high as 4,600 watts. So yeah, technically 3,600 is all you'll be normally getting out of a normal 15 amp receptacle. obviously different for different countries and things like that. Yeah, so you can feed decent chunks of cable in there. I just normally chop it up and fill this barrel up, and when the barrel's full next to it, I go for it and feed it in there. I've got a bunch of stuff in the wheelbarrow that we'll throw through it tonight. So there'll be a section in the center of this video that you can skip through, and then I'll talk about some more stuff at the end. It can do data cable. Now data cable has a bit of cord in it as well, but there's a lot of copper in data cable because it's solid little conductors in there. It's a bit of 6mm house cable. So we use this stuff in Australia. This is called thermoplastic, TPS. So you've got 2 conductors and an earth, 1.5 TPS. We get heaps of this stuff. This is just like electrician offcuts. Get stuff like this, which is I think 16mm, 10 or 16, I can't remember. We get heaps of this electrical offcuts from my electrician friends. Lots of this 4-core stuff. They use this for heat pumps. It gives you normal wiring plus a signal wire, I believe. Earth cables. But you can put essentially anything that will smash up in it cable wise, and it'll eat it up and away you go. It's a pretty cool thing. I know my shed's a mess before anyone comments. It's just a bit of a dumping ground for me at the moment because I'm too busy to do anything. But let's fire it up. You're not going to be able to hear too much. I will try and help you out with explaining things, but I'll show you the startup procedure for this beast. So if you've got external suction, fire that up first. So we've got heaps of suction here, and it's sucking through the machine at the back of the table. It sucks up all that dust that bounces off when it first falls out of that chute. I'll show you how it falls out of the chute in a minute. We fire up extraction on the machine, fire up fan, fire up shaker table, wait for those numbers to stabilise. Once those numbers have stabilised, your machine's at its running pace. Static like this, we're using about 1200 watts for shaker table, 2 blower fans and that extractor fan, and then we're going to sit at about 2.3 to 2.5 kilowatts with the actual crusher running. So we'll get the crusher running, I'll throw some cable in there and we'll show you how it works. tend to like to fold an end in half, like so. It tends to bite really well when the blade comes around. Grabs hold of it nicely. Okay. So as you can see, the form factor of your cable matters. I tend to cut it up in loops so that you can throw half bent pieces in there. It's easy with two hands, obviously, because you give them quick bend as you throw them in. So I'm already at break even with this machine. And I've had absolutely nothing go wrong with it. I haven't changed the blades, I haven't changed the screen. It just munches. Like so. So yeah, I'd recommend buying one of these if you have access to lots of cable. You want to shut the blower and the shaker off relatively quickly together. Yeah, if you've got access to a good quantity of cable or you're looking for a side hustle, this is it. You need a good power supply. As I said, it uses some power. You need probably realistically to be able to hit that 5,000 watt mark. I can do 5,000 watts up in the shed here with my furnace, 5,500 actually, plus some lights. So yeah, if you've got any questions on this machine or just copper recycling in general, let me know. Yeah, they're pretty solid, pretty robust. They've got greasable points on their bearings. I did make a video of me opening the top up. There's lots of videos online of the guys that make these, showing them off, doing little tests with them. So yeah, there's plenty of info out there about them. If you want to know more, let me know, and I can make videos about specific parts of the machine and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a good piece of gear. You need to find someone who will buy your granules. I'm selling them directly to someone who's manufacturing things with them. If you go to most scrapyards, they'll be a bit confused as to what you've got and that kind of stuff. You're going to have to keep all the metal out, or the tinned copper out. And I find that you need to mix the real hairy wire in with the more chunky wire. So if you can get a good mixture of both as you're running it. I obviously had a big bundle of hair wire, and sometimes that'll bring the plastic with it up to the end of the chute. What I quite often do is run this out, turn the blower off, clear the table, and just throw this back in slowly while you're processing some more chunky cable like the stuff we've been running just then. As you see, that's beautiful, bright, clean copper cable. Throw off your magnets on your table, and yeah, you're laughing. You definitely need more filtration when you're running the network cable. Yeah, as I said, there's that braided cord in there, but you can't strip that and make money any other way than using a machine like this. I have got a cable stripper. Obviously it's no good for probably anything. You can do 2.5 mil PPS. I've done it. This horrible stuff, I've done it. You cut the end, you peel it out, you strip it. If you've got all the time in the world, you can do that, or you can do that until you can afford one of these. If you can afford one of these, I recommend you go and buy one. Failing that, sell me your cable. I'll give you a better rate than the scrapyard does, because I'm selling to the next person who produces, not just selling to another scrapyard. Thanks heaps for watching. It's my vein of CO2. Any questions, drop them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. I'll catch you on the next video.